There have been some concerns that have been raised about the Texas independence. One of them is about public policy. What is the constitutional basis for the Republic of Texas, and what does it mean, what it says? Will my natural God-given rights be respected? Secretary of State Billy Ford, would you like to answer that question?
Yes, our rights will be respected. We have the freedom to worship God to the dictates of our own heart here. Nobody compels you to do anything. You have a freedom to go out and learn a trade, and you have the freedom to keep your money. You have the freedom to do with your funds what you want to do. I made the remark a while ago, if I could have been able to do it when I was a young man, and they would have allowed me to opt out of all the taxing programs that we're forced to live under, I would have said, let me opt out, and I will never ask you for a penny. I will never ask you for any help. I will make it on my own. Now, for somebody young, that's a tremendous gem in your life, because then you have control of everything that you're doing from the time you start that until the time you die. The problem is when you're penalized for being an entrepreneur, or you're penalized for taking risk in the form of taxes, it kind of destroys the initiative to want to go out and do something. And yet we have a lot of people that are on subsidies that have no business getting those subsidies. I'm not going to call names, but I knew a veterinarian one time that he and his wife liked to pheasant hunt, and they went to Kansas and bought a farm in Kansas, never expecting to farm. All they wanted to do was pheasant hunt. They got into a program that said, if you won't grow a certain amount of grain, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. And so they said, well, that's okay, we'll just take that program. It not only paid for all of their pheasant trips, it paid for their land. Now that was your tax money that did that. Why don't they help some carpenter out there that's trying to get ahead? He's taking all the chances, buying boards and nails and all the equipment it takes to go work on a house. He's penalized because he has to give 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% of his money to a government that helps a veterinarian and his wife go pheasant hunting and pay for their farm while they're at it. So about our liberties, will those liberties be respected? They certainly will be, but with liberty comes a great deal of responsibility. So you're going to be held responsible for the things you do. If you mess up, a jury of your peers will be those people that you're dealing with. You're not going to be dealing with a bunch of black-robed people that are working for the corporation. I yield.
Thank you, Secretary of State. Senator Wilson.
Yeah, there's a principle involved in answer to that question, and that is the government of the Texas Republic will be according to the Texas Constitution, written in 1836, amended in the year 2007. And basically that Constitution means this: your Congress can make rules for how the government will operate in order to serve the people. But it cannot make rules that limit the people. Right. I love to say that. Rules done by a government of a republic are to either say, here's how we want to function as a government, within the government, or here's how you provide service to the people. But other than the Ten Commandment type of laws, which are immutable and eternal, we don't make laws that limit the people. Not in this republic. Never.
Thank you, Senator.